Okay, so what we're looking at here is the way that you can turn all of your reps into your top performing reps. And within 30 minutes, we'll get you up and running and set up in your HubSpot account so your reps can start working these leads fast and you start solving this problem today. So the reps who haven't been performing up to par can now behave more like your top reps. Your team has leads sitting right now that have never been touched. And some of those leads have actually replied to you and no one from your team has responded. As a sales manager, you've had this conversation 100 times. You ask your rep about a lead, they say they're on it. But when you go to check HubSpot, nothing's actually logged. So you bring it up in the team meeting, everyone nods along, and then you move on. Then 2 weeks later, it's the same conversation about a different lead. The problem isn't that your reps are bad. It's that there's nothing forcing the right behavior at the right time. So the leads that should be your easiest wins, the ones that came inbound, the ones that already replied, they just go cold. Now your best rep doesn't let that happen. They're on a new lead within 1 hour. They follow up the same day that someone replies, and they close more because of it. Today, I'm going to show you how to make that a standard for your entire team, not through a training, not through a meeting, but through a process board in HubSpot that makes it impossible to ignore. And here's the part that usually gets pushed back. My reps are already slammed, and now you want them to respond faster. So we solve that too. Right from the process board inside of HubSpot, they can generate a personalized email using everything HubSpot already knows about that contact, your products and services, and the most up-to-date research on the web, ready to send email in about 10 seconds. So I'm gonna walk you through these specific rules, how you'll be able to monitor and enforce hygiene around lead response time, and how your sales team can quickly generate very well-written emails to send to these prospects. Let's build. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the way that you can turn all of your reps into your top performing reps and drive discussions on all of your calls as to how we are actually performing when it comes to responding to leads the way we want our team to do so. And so as a user and as a manager, you are able to access this board. You can see the violations based off of people who haven't responded to high fit leads. This is in our demo account, so it has a lot more than what a typical account would have, hopefully. But you can see over time how your team has done in terms of the violations that have occurred, the violations that they have resolved. And then you can see a leaderboard here. You don't want your name to have a number next to it, but you can see all of the people on your team. And you can even click on them in order to see their individual performance over a period of time here. So I can click and I can see someone else. I can see this other version of me. And then down here, we have the actual list of the people with the violations. But this is where it actually becomes really, really useful, because you have this conversation with your team. You use this to drive the process, but now we can actually provide an easy way for them to go through and make sure that they're responding to these leads in an efficient and effective way. So I'm filtered here by my own records, and it has a list of all of my HubSpot contacts that have no contact or no last contact to date in here, which means I haven't logged a sales email, I haven't logged a SMS, a LinkedIn message, or a call to their record. So I need to fix this. And so all I have to do is click on play here. And what's going to happen is it's going to open up this window, and then it's going to bring me to the record. And that's not where this stuff stops. There's more to this. So up here, we have the actual violation so people can read what they actually need to do. It's also on this side window so they can see, okay, this is what you're seeing. This is why you're seeing it. This is how you fix it. So it gives step-by-step directions. We provide a walkthrough video. We provide a guide where they can actually see step-by-step how to go about resolving this. But basically what they need to do is they need to send an email to this person. And so what we have built in here is this assistant here for HubSpot, this Breeze assistant, way better than the standard stuff you're going to get. So if I choose my sales email assistant, basically this takes all the context of my company, of all the resources that I upload to it, all of the information on the record, and drafts an email that is way better than the generic stuff you get from a lot of these tools. Okay, so before we keep going in this video and I show you the entire tool and setup itself, I wanted to show this page, which is linked in the video description below. If you want this entire system set up for you with your real data so your reps can start using it today, you can go to the page, book a call on our calendar, And within 30 minutes, we'll get you up and running and set up in your HubSpot account so your reps can start working these leads fast and you start solving this problem today. So click on the link in the video description below to book that call and get started. I switched over to our actual account because you can't use AI assistants in HubSpot demo accounts, so that you can actually see a real example here of what type of email this generates. So no matter if I'm on a reactivation type lead or a new lead that I'm sending out a first email for, have these two prompts here. This is from our email assistant. We can click on it for it to generate the email using context from the HubSpot record, using web research, using knowledge that we've uploaded specifically about our business, our services, our offerings. And then it'll draft an email based off of very strict and specific criteria that we give the assistant here to make sure that these are high quality sales emails. And we'll see if I actually eat my words on this, but 90% of the time, it gives really good starting points that maybe we can tweak a little bit, or maybe we can just copy and paste and send here. And so basically the sales email assistant is thinking, it's using its prompt, and then it's going to generate something we can copy and paste here so we can send the email, and then the violation is automatically handled once we do that. So we can see here we have the quick question about revenue leaks. Our HubSpot revenue leak finder offer is what it's pulling from. Stalled deals or data quality. And then it said, hi there, saw you recently logged into the revenue leak analyzer, one of our tools, provides a link to it as well. Usually when someone checks that out, blah, 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 blah. And so this is a little long, right? But we could copy and paste it and start with it, but we can also just, say, make this shorter. And then it'll just take that existing copy because we liked it. It'll make it a little bit quicker here. So you can see here, it's now, 3 sentences. And we can send it off to this actual lead. So the whole point is to make it easier for your sales team to send off these emails, try to book a call or get a response without having to work on sequences, automations that they're sending stuff on. They still have control over sending the actual emails. Then you can build on this and put in call scripts and all other types of stuff so that you actually have personalized email copy and calls based off of all the knowledge of the record, of the market research, of your products and your services. And so once I log an email here, it's going to check this box off automatically. And then we can just click on the next record here, and it's going to bring us over to the next record. And now we can keep on going. So there's no excuse for your reps to come to meetings with leads that haven't been responded to within the time frame that they're supposed to. And better yet, now the reps who haven't been performing up to par can now behave more like your top reps, because you can load in specific emails that your top reps send anyways, and you can quickly just get them churning out these lead responses, working their board like they are supposed to. So guys, if you see the potential in this in terms of how you can make your whole team behave like your best rep and actually follow up with leads, actually send them the emails when they're supposed to, and have high quality emails that they can generate really quickly so that they're not spending all their day writing these, go to the link in the video description below. You can get this installed in less than 30 minutes for your company. And then you can use that every single day and every single week on your meetings with your team. On the page here, we have all of the information, the frequently asked questions we get. And then down below, you can also see the actual results from our clients when it comes to using this system along with the other systems that we use in our engagements long-term with clients. You can actually see their charts from HubSpot here with the different industries and the type of business that they are. You can see their close won revenue growing. You can see the total number of won deals. And so you can actually see the proof behind these systems and our approach for our consultancy. I appreciate you watching. I'm Dan Sipger from Merger Data. Know that if you've been watching this far, you can see the potential in this entire setup and process and how it could benefit your actual team and performance. Thanks for watching.